السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي أشدد به أزري وأشرك في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين. آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Inshallah, we will continue studying the section Yasin of the Quran, and we studied up to the verse 63, and the Quran was warning about the hell and the fire that we cannot really bear with. It is impossible for a person to really suffer from it, but the Quran is severely warning us to get ready not to go there. So we always try to remember that these kind of warnings are not showing God's wrath, God's anger. Just on the contrary, these kind of warnings demonstrate very clearly that God is very much concerned with us and warning us so that we should not fall into this abyss of fire. So we shouldn't really suffer from the tortures. So we have some points here to remember about or to understand from this verse. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون. Rough translation: this is the hell you are warned again and again. So kuntum tu'adun means in this context repetitions of the event, and also, yes, this is in the context, but at the same time, the structure of the verse, a verb used tu'adun, this structure infers the continuity, repetition. Continuously, we are warning you. So we should bear in mind that this warning we need to be repeated continuously. So apart from the warnings, verbal warnings in the verses of the Quran, how about our existence? Do we feel any warnings in our existence, in our practical life? Well, my question is to all of us: have you ever received any warning about hell in your life? But I'm not asking in this question, have you ever heard any news from the Quran, any verses from the Quran that verbally warning us? I don't mean that, because when those people who don't read the Quran, they should feel this warning in their life. So would you like to share your experience of warnings So the third point was to experience the warning, and we need to check our feelings. So have you experienced any warning in your life, warning or hell, as a result of taking a wrong action, following a wrong direction, doing something wrong, and how did you experience it? Anyone who would like to share?
So, in terms of our events that happen to us, basically, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, in your real life that you are living, you and I, we are living here.
Yeah, definitely. We experience something. If you're doing wrong, we feel the sensation or the feeling, oh, this is something I made a mistake and I should not be doing that again.
No. Did anybody tell you, or did you feel within yourself?
I felt within myself, oh, I should not have done this, basically. That, or the outcome may not have come to my expectations. So that teaches me also, oh, I might have not done this properly, might have missed this. So it kind of acts as a warning. Next time, be careful not to do the same mistake again.
Excellent. Thank you very much. How about if you remember, let's try to remember. وَلَقَدْ أَضَلَّ مِنْكُمْ جِبِلًّا كَثِيرًا أَفَلَمْ تَكُونُوا تَعْقِلُونَ. This is Satan really misled or continuously mislead a great many of people. So the Quran was asking us to use our reasoning. So Satan, yes, mislead us to do something wrong, which means I understood from your comment that contrary or contradictory to the way we are created, to our nature, the way we are created. So from within our feelings, we feel that if I do something wrong, that is wrong. But the main, I feel that it is wrong, and I feel the pain of doing this or choosing this wrong action. That is very human. I experience this, and it is not easy to forgive myself when I do something obvious, wrong thing, mistakes. But main mission of Satan is to mislead us or go against our nature, the way we are created, the feelings especially that physically we understand. If I hurt myself, I feel the pain. That is obvious. But feelings also, if I do something wrong, I feel that I have done something wrong, and I feel the pain for it. I feel sorry, as a kind of psychological suffering, but at great levels, of course. But main mission of Satan is to offer us, whisper us, and present us as an option not to take our existence seriously, or just forget about it, or attribute it to things, temporary things, created beings around us, rather than thinking about their source of existence and confirming that existence of my body, existence of my feelings, all my human abilities, are given to me by the one who created the universe. Satan says, no, you are growing yourself. This is the option. Matter is evolving it into a perfect forms. So at the end, you became like this accidentally, and you are going to die accidentally. So how do we know which interpretation, which understanding of our creation, our existence is correct? By attributing it to the creator of the universe, thinking that my existence takes place within the context of the whole universe. That is definitely an option. Whoever gave existence to the universe must be the one who gave my existence to me and located me within a perfect position in the universe with innumerable number of senses to communicate with the universe and therefore understand who our source of existence is, means who is the source of existence of my being and who is the source of existence of the things that I am communicating with in the universe. Satan says, don't think about it. It's not a serious matter. You exist as you are, continue. Look, well, naturally it is happening, isn't it? Look at these things. No one is really operating in this world. Very simple, very shallow, and unrealistic offer, but it seems to be easy to follow. But afterwards, what's happened? It means denying the Creator, reducing ourselves to an accidental being. What happens? Have you ever experienced this feeling, although you are not doing anything, but that is how you feel about your existence? Anyone? If you feel that I am just an accidental being, how would you feel about it? All my feelings fall into a despair. I feel that. That is my experience. Because my feelings expect satisfaction, and there is no way to satisfy myself when I say I am an accidental being. So I find it very hard to accept this idea because my feelings as if they all rebel. But I want satisfaction. Where did I get this? How do I exist within yourself? That you are saying I am an accidental being. As a result of what? All these feelings exist within myself. These are the signs in us that our feelings rebel against these ideas and suffer from meaninglessness, purposelessness. I exist, just not meaningless existence. So no one can really satisfy himself, herself with this understanding. That is why anytime I remember who I am, when I ask this question, what am I doing here? I am trying to survive. I am trying to satisfy myself. At the end, everything will be nothing for me. Everything I have been experiencing the pleasure of having comes to nothing. Why? I'm going to lose all of them. So this helpless position, hopeless position, the feelings feel very, I mean, unforgettable pain, meaningless. I'm doing something, I seem to be enjoying it, but it disappears. That is why I understand this verse. You are warned again and again, means within my own feelings, I am always reminded that this denial of reality, that I have been created by a conscious being for a conscious purpose, consciously chosen, and I am blessed with this universe that I am enjoying as a gift from my creator. When I deny this, I am left with nothing. My life turns into complete despair and meaninglessness. This is what I understood. The warning is continuously repeated as long as I exist in this form of universe, in this form of existence. Any question, any concern, or shall we move to the next verse?
I have a question, if that's okay. So, as you know, like we were just talking about that feeling of like despair. But for example, someone who, who like lies again and again and again, eventually they stop feeling that despair, or it's very, very like suppressed. So what about that scenario where they no longer feel um that feeling of despair when they do something against their like created self, I guess, like their disposition?
Yeah, that is reality. Thank you, thank you. That is reality. If I, as you said, continues to doing something wrong, continuously interpreting their existence that we are natural beings, just we should keep enjoy ourselves day by day on daily basis. So they become accustomed with it. They become accustomed with it as a result of their continuous negligence, continuous denial of their existence. But I should know that it is this uh, this kind of familiarity doesn't make me forget about it at all. From time to time, God reminds us, our Creator reminds us, for example, once in a while, one of my very close relatives die. When they die, when he or she dies, shakes me. Once in a while, again, as a result of God's mercy, once in a while, I get some signals, illnesses, problems, family problems, business problems, children problems, parent problems, depends. God, sometimes, as people call it, natural diseases, wars happen, and I am shaken now. What is going on in this world? That is another, occasionally, although I dumped myself, I do feel nothing, just continue my life. Occasionally, God's mercy visits us and shakes us, especially towards the end of the middle age, 45, 50. usually the problems of life starts rising. Family problems, health problems, maybe our world life problems starts occurring. It means deliberately created to shake us. These are also especially disasters, directly created by God without human interference, or earthquake, for example, or wars, injustice. Many injustice happens in the world by human choices, as a result of human choices. When it hurts us, we say, what is going on? Why are they happening? And then people start saying, where is God? Reminder. Did you remember God in your life? Or did you forget about it? Now you are in trouble. You started questioning it. These are also a part of our life. So we have to understand that these kind of warnings also are nothing but the manifestation of mercy of our Creator. Any more? Good question. It helped us to understand what is exactly happening in our creation, in the existence of this world. Otherwise, I will move on. 64 says, verse 64, enter, sorry, إصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون. Enter it enter hell today as a result of your having denied the truth. But this verse is understood generally by the scholars as to take place in the hereafter. Absolutely, it must happen in the hereafter, next creation. But in order to confirm this verse, or this kind of verses, we have to be able to understand and experience it in this world and understand that this word is really true. One day I will be physically experiencing that, not only psychologically. So, how can I experience this? My first point is, as soon as we deny the truth, do we find ourselves in hell now? I mean, denying the truth, interpreting yourself in the wrong way, or doing something wrong. As soon as you do it, don't you receive the message from your feelings that something is not appropriate, right, going on in my life, in our life?
Yes.
Do we? Yeah. Can you, or if anybody wants to share, life experiences are very important. So I do, for example, sometimes, I must be honest, I cannot approve denial of the Creator. I have no reason to deny the Creator and the purposeful existence. So sometimes I imagine how these unbelievers feel about their existence. I look at them, apparently, they seem to be okay. They are doing well. They have no suffering seem to be. It seems to be. But I say, if a person, although publicly appear to be in the eye of the people, happy in his life, especially when they are successful, when they have some properties, they seem to be happy with their existence. But I imagine myself, because we are all human beings, then we share the common feelings. If I am now, for example, having or believing that I am living in this world as a result of just happenings, natural happenings, not a conscious, deliberate existence, how do I feel now? Although I may be having a very nice dinner, I may be having a nice accompanying friends with me, but if I am a denier of my Creator, I will experience the pleasure momentarily, but I am aware that it is going, it is passing, not it will pass. No, it is immediately passing. When I remember that it is passing and I cannot hold on to anything I am experiencing, and knowing that at the end, all my friends or good foods, everything will leave me behind and I will disappear from existence. I feel definitely, well, as a result of this imagination, a despair, unhappiness. That is how I feel the news of hell here. So, as the verse says, as a result of your denial of the truth, now, as soon as you deny the truth, you will find yourself in a hell situation. It means completely meaningless, unpleasant life, despair. In this world, if you keep insisting that I will not accept the Creator, then when you die, your body dies, your spirit will be left with this understanding, experiencing this feeling, and the Creator will say, okay, I am going to give you a body in which your spirit will experience this feeling through this body. So physically, it will be obvious to you experiencing it. That is called hell. So warnings are prepared here in at least two ways. One is through our feelings. The other one is through the revelation delivered to us. If we have received it, we have heard of it. If those people, there are some people who have not received the revelation, don't have any idea about the next creation, about the Creator. They have only experienced this feeling within this hell situation, within their inner sense. It means their feelings. We call it in their spirit. But they say there is no other option. But those people who have heard of the news from Revelation through prophetic sayings and narrations, prophetic messages, they know that they are denying the truth. Their pain is even more severe because they know some people are warning them not to be in this position, not to be in not to follow this understanding. Don't educate your spirit with this understanding, so that your spirit will deserve to get a body, to be given a body in the next creation. Definitely, this spirit doesn't die and needs a body to operate, and this body will be a cause of pain, torture for you. That is what Qur'an says, maghdub, those who deserve God's, I wouldn't say wrath. It's not God's wrath. We will study this in the following verses. God's justice. You educated yourself. For example, if someone educates himself let's say medicine, let's be practical, he will be a doctor. In engineering, he will be an engineering, in mechanical engineering or computer engineer, whatever. And if someone has not educated anything, he will be nobody, nothing. He will be, I don't know, maybe a construction laborer, nothing else. So what we are preparing our future is going to be given to us at the end of the school of this universe. So that is my experience. That is how I feel. And although it is imaginary, it is very painful to feel that if I denied God, my feelings, all of my feelings will suffer immensely. So I feel happy that I'm not on this side. That is why Ma'du means those people who know the truth and still resist not to submit to it, submit themselves to it. Darling, they don't know what they are doing. They have not heard anything. Just they say, okay, we are like this. That is how our nature is. We have to accept it, although it is not pleasant, of course, but what shall we do? They are the darling. So they explain their existence in terms of natural things. Ma'dub, they explain their existence in terms of natural events, but they know there is an alternative which really appeals our feelings perfectly and fits it. So the second point is, this is forewarning of the eternal deprivation of mercy of God. This feeling is nothing but mercy of God. This news is nothing but mercy of God. And the last point is it God who punishes us, or are we throwing ourselves into hell? Does God punish anyone? As some people say, especially Christian people say, does God punish his creatures? If he was, it looks very bright, very smart question. If he was going to punish, give pain to them, why would he have created them? It looks a smart question, but what is the policy in it? God doesn't punish anyone. Who punishes them? God. But if I choose something, we have to be careful here. I am saying something apparently very controversial. Some people say, no, God punishes. There are obvious verses in the Quran. No, we have to read the Quran carefully. So we have to understand the purpose of the Quran. God doesn't punish anyone. But let's say, if, the very simple example again, don't say this man is giving always the same example. A farmer, let's say in the place where, in this area where I live, so they got the soil ready, land ready, a farmer, and sowed corn beans. What does God create for this man? Corn plant. It's obvious. Now, who is deciding what should I get? God or me? By sowing the corn seeds, I am deciding that the result must be the corn plant. So I need to harvest corns. The creator is God, but I am asking God to give me the corn harvest. So I am deciding it. God is the one who creates according to my choice. So who is really obtaining the corn? Me, the farmer. But as a result of grace of God, because I asked him to create something nice for me. Now let's turn the page, other side. Flip the case. If I sow poisonous plants seed, what will I get? Poisonous plant. Who is getting it? Me. Who is deciding? Me. God says, okay, whatever you want, I can create it. That's your decision, not mine. I warned you, this is poisonous plant. Don't plant, don't sow it. But you insisted, okay, the result is yours. Here you are. Is it God's wrath? Or in spite of God's mercy, in spite of God's love for me, I want to get poisonous plant. What happens? I get poisonous plant. Do I have any reason, any excuse saying that, oh God, you created me, you created for me poisonous plant, and I am suffering from its poisons? Can anyone justify this complaint? Wow, I cannot think of anyone. That's what you wanted. God warned you. If you deny him, you will get nothing but pain. How? Through your feelings, through your reasoning, through seeing the people around you who deny, and they suffer from spiritual illnesses, depressions, stresses, complaints, fears of not having security. So they say, if just in case. they try to make their life to enjoy the happiness and feel secure, but still endless fears, source of fears. What will happen to my house if something happens? If earthquake happens? What will happen to my children? So I sent them out. Are they secure? So insurance upon to secure it. And all the insurances are valid until I die. Afterwards, nothing. These are all warnings. I am being warned always, and I still sow poisonous seed in my life. So I have no justification to say, God of wrath, God is angry with me, or God is an angry God. Look at the Quran, what it says. Enter hell today as a result of your having denial of the truth, as if God is angry. I don't think so. It is warning as a result of compassion, mercy. It is warning. So my answer is to this question. I will repeat the question. It's a beautiful question. Is it God who punishes us, or are we throwing ourselves into hell? If you choose the wrong way, I am absolutely sure I am throwing myself into hell, not God. God is just saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Like the mother begs his kids, don't go there, don't go there, don't touch this. It is hot, it burns. And the child, of course, he is innocent. He is innocent. But example, just an analogy. It goes there and touches his hand out of curiosity. He is innocent. And it burns his hand. And then God says, didn't I warn you? So, but this is children, justifiable. A conscious, grown-up adult, no, he is not excused. And please go ahead.
I have a question. If you're a non-believer, it's different than being a denier, because the non-believer hasn't heard the truth and then denied it, unlike a denier who's heard the truth and denies it. But if you're a non-believer, then you're not going to hear the warnings either. So the warnings would only, does that mean the warnings would only apply to the people who are deniers?
Now, warnings, from the beginning of today's discussion, we said there are two ways of warning: through our experiences, through our feelings, and also through the messages of the Quran and the prophetic messages. So those people in the Quran, I think all of you are familiar here. غَيْرِ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. In our prayers, we, the Muslims, keep reciting this Fatiha. Every unit of the prayer, we have to repeat. So everybody knows. We say, please guide us to the right path. And those people who are blessed with the with this guidance, not those who gain God's rejection. Maghdub means go away. You will be away from my mercy because you didn't, let me use my example. You didn't plant or sow corn seeds. You planted the seeds of a poisonous plant. So the result is poisonous plant. I keep my promise. Whatever you ask me from, I will create it for you. That is the word. So those people who experience the pain of denial within their own feelings, as well as they know that they hear the news, prophetic news. Now, they are maghdub. They deserve the poisonous plant, and they experience it. But as you said, those people who don't deny, which is in the word of the wordings of the Quran, kafirun, here is takfurun, kafara, deniers. As you said rightly, I agree, sure, those people who don't deny are described as dalin. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Dalin. They don't know. They haven't heard. So they feel the meaninglessness and pain of meaningless life within their feelings. How about in the hereafter? We are not eligible to talk about the hereafter because I cannot say anything about hereafter. It is not my duty. It is my responsibility. My responsibility is to understand what is going on while I am in this world. In the hereafter, that is God's business, the one who created us and the one who is going to recreate our body according to the quality of our feelings. That is his decision. No one ever can pass a judgment or say anything what will happen in the hereafter. How God is going to create us, I don't know. I don't believe and I don't think anyone else can know. So it is the very wrong attitude of the religious people or irreligious people, whoever they are. They keep talking about the hereafter, how God is going to treat people. They are nothing but nonsense speculations. We don't know. Who knows the hereafter? Who has experienced it? But what we know, the signs of it, warnings of it, forewarnings of it, we experience them. So I know those people who don't believe in God and explain their life according to the creatorship of the creator of the universe, owner of the universe, they wouldn't feel satisfied. As a human being, I try to experience how they feel. They will feel meaninglessness, but because they are not deniers, they haven't heard the truth and deny it, that is how it is. What shall I do? I happen to be like this, but try my best. What shall I do? They are innocent. That is why God says in the Quran, if you like, I can share this verse with you. It is a perfect verse. Let me share this verse with you if you bear.
Yeah, that would be good. Thank you.
But I'm going to search for it now. Let me remember the verse, the words of the verse now. No, inshallah, I'll find. Yeah, here it is. وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. Let's read the simple example. You are following, I'm sharing the screen. Here we are. Whoever accepts guidance does so for his own good. Whoever strays does so at his own peril. Yeah, at his own loss, at his own pain. No soul will bear another's burden. Right? Now, this is exactly what you asked, Anne. Nor do we punish until we have sent a messenger. Did you get your answer?
Yeah.
Study this verse. What is that? Section number 17, Al-Isra, and verse number 15.
It does mostly, except the part about we don't punish until we've sent a messenger. But the messenger has been sent.
Yeah.
So
messenger has been sent to China? I don't see any messenger there.
Okay.
No, so it is a serious matter. I think you got it. That's why you laughed.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So in Japan, in China, in Tibet, there are many people, they don't know about anything. This. So let me take these notes for me. 17, verse number 15, was it? No.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, sorry. So here we go.
It was verse 15.
Yeah, 17, verse 15, was it? Correct?
Yes, correct.
All right. No. All right, well, at least it helps here because one of them is from right to left, the other one is from left to right. So it is difficult. All right. No, I cannot get rid of it. It's all right, doesn't matter. I think we got it. I think we got it, inshallah. So that is why, but here, another problem is another problem. Yes, they might have heard about religion, God, of course. There is a creator. Now, if there is a creator, they heard about that there must be a creator. No, it is an option now. Is there? Is there not? But how about the essence of religion? Details of religion? Have they heard of it rightly or just claims? Most of the new generation hear only misrepresentation of religion, especially Islam, misrepresentation of the teachings of Jesus. And it doesn't make sense. And rightly so, what happens? They deny it. They don't accept it. They don't accept it. So we understand that when they deny what they have heard, misrepresentation of religion. If someone denies Islam because he thinks that really, but not, he likes to think that it this way, but he really thinks that Islam is a religion of terrorism and rejects it. I don't like religion of terrorism. Do you think he is right or wrong? Not to like religion of terrorism, is it right or wrong? My question, serious question.
He's valid in rejecting.
Yeah, it is right, isn't it? To reject the religion of terrorism is right. I also reject religion of terrorism. Did you get my point, Anne, or anyone here? Is it clear? Shall we stop here? Go back to our page. Any more question? No, that's all. Let's see. Oh, the time is up. Come on. The time is up. I also have to drop. Yeah, I have to drop. All right, let's stop it at 7 o'clock. The time is up. Inshallah, next Monday we will continue from this verse. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم إن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة.